that most men live lives of quiet desperation. It's one of my favorite quotes ever because it's true. You're just in this world where you just can't wait to just run away. But I think one of the reasons why these people have this deep-seated anger and resentment is there's a bunch of people out there that have these lives that are deeply unsatisfying. Because I think there are so many people that are working all day long doing something that is deeply unsatisfying and almost painful.
Yeah, soul killing.
Soul killing.
Yeah.
They're stuck in traffic all day, and then they're stuck in a cubicle after that. They relish the time to take a shit in the bathroom and look at their phone. I mean, they literally do that. That's a highlight of someone's day. They get in traffic on the way home. They get home after that, they're watching television, and they're f***ed. If people have a regular day job, if you could just find one thing that you do as a passion project and just keep building on it, just keep watering it, keep adding fertilizer, keep giving it attention, keep giving it focus, and you can escape. You can escape, and you can be self-serving. You could be okay. You're gonna be okay. Making furniture feels good. If you make furniture for a living, and you feel a great satisfaction out of that, and you sell that furniture, look, man, if you can do that, you could cut those corners perfectly and sand everything down nice and stain it, and then it's done, and you get this satisfaction, and you sell it to someone, and that pays your bills. That is infinitely more satisfying than being stuck in some fucking cubicle working for someone that you don't want to work for, having to have these stupid fucking office meetings, talking to people in human resources, sitting down with your supervisor where they evaluate your job performance, and you're not really, you really need to be enthusiastic about this company. This company is your future. This kind of you're like, fuck, kill me now. There's a lot of people out there that would way rather do something else, and I hope they understand that they can. And people that are trapped in bad situations, one of the problems is you feel like this is your future. You feel like you're fucked and you can't get out of that. There's no hope. There's no light at the end of the tunnel. There's no rainbow. And if you feel like that, that alone can be incredibly defining and limiting. But if you look at yourself objectively and say, okay, I kind of am fucked here. I'm in credit card debt. I'm working in a shitty job. I don't like what I'm doing, but I have some ideas. I need to feed those fucking ideas. And I need to feed them and water them, and I need to set aside a certain amount of time every day to just try to make those things happen. You can do that. Everyone has a different personality. They have different interests, different things that they would be really satisfied pursuing. That's not encouraged. What's encouraged is go find a job. What's encouraged is go find some place that you can shove yourself into. Go find a square hole that you can stick your round peg and just jam it in there and shave down the top and the bottom so you slide in with all this extra space on the sides and feel like shit for the rest of your life because you need a job, because you're in debt, because you have credit cards, because you have student loans, because that's what everybody does. And so you do it too. That's what's wrong. You have an apartment you have to pay for. You have a car you leased. You have a wife that you have to feed. You have a child you have to raise. You have your mortgage. You have your this. You have your that. And that's where it all comes from. Well, the opportunity takes place usually when you're young and you don't have any responsibility. That's when you have your options. Well, your options are severely limited the more you gather responsibilities. Like if I had to, as a 51-year-old father of 3, married man, pays taxes, has a house and a mortgage and a business and all that jazz. If I had to quit everything now and struggle the way I struggled as a stand-up comedian, it would never work. But the only way I could be this person now is if I took that chance when I was 21, when I was dead broke and had my cars repossessed and all that stuff. That's the only way you ever get where you want to go. You have to take a path that's dangerous. And most people want to take the safe path. And the safe path leaves you stuck in quiet desperation. Almost every time. It's hell. It's hell.
But can people just make that change? I mean,
yes,
look,
you can,
I believe they
but
can.
you have to plan it out. The way you can change is you have to put aside enough money to give yourself a window. And then you have to have a plan. And you have to spend all your waking hours outside of whatever shit job you do planning your escape. And you have to come to the realization very clearly that you f***ed up and you got yourself stuck. So whatever you're doing, you have to do it like your life depends on it. And whether it is you're trying to be an author and if you're gonna try to be an author and you're working 8 hours a day plus commuting plus family responsibilities or whatever else you have, whatever time that you have to attack like you're trying to save the world. You're trying to save your life. You don't want to drown. That 1.5 hours a day that you have to write, God damn, you better be caffeinated and motivated. You got to go. You got to get after it. And you got to have discipline. Most people don't have those things. Most people don't understand what it's like to really go for something. And to know that the consequences of not doing that are horrific. I think here's an important thing too. Failure is important.
It is important.
I think failure teaches you things that you don't learn from success. I think failure gives you an opportunity for self-examination and also gives you a feeling that is very uncomfortable. And that very uncomfortable feeling helps you grow. That when you feel like you screw something up, like when I've had bad podcasts, my podcast has always gotten better afterwards. When I've had bad stand-up sets, I've always gotten better after that because those bad sets motivate you. They give you a perspective like, hey, here's some clear examples of where you f***ed up.
Yeah, what not to do.
Yeah, don't look at these failures as like proof that you suck. Look at them as opportunities for growth. Look at them as opportunities to be motivated to do better. You have to make mistakes. You've been there, you feel it, you understand what it is, and then you have that time to adjust. That's why losing in life is so important. Whether it's getting dumped, getting fired, losing a game, loss. Those feelings where things didn't work out your way, that's important because it lets you know this is the bad feeling that comes when it goes wrong, and you improve, and then it makes the good feelings of victory all the better. And I mean that, in a relative sense, like even getting good at something. Forget about victory, like making a terrible book that gets rejected by every publisher and then writing a really good one and people accept it and you're like, fuck, I got better. Yes. Like that's that feeling.
Interesting, yeah.
Those feelings of failure are really critical for your motivation. You see an old person walking down the street, you go, oh, that person's always been an old person. No, that was a baby. That was a baby that became a 90-year-old man. There's a progression that you're not witness to. You don't see it. And that takes place in everything. It takes place in authors. It takes place in comedians and musicians. There is a starting point, and then with time and focus, and as long as you reevaluate and reassess and constantly objectively look at what you're doing and then pursue it with passion and focus, you get better at things. Don't be scared of failure. I think failure is awesome for you.
Okay, and it begins. Gym opens next Friday, the 16th. So now it's like starting from scratch all over again. So now we got to redo everything. Everything pretty much except for our diet, because my diets are dialed in. I eat the same shit over and over again. The only thing I'll add is protein powder, because I just drink milk and with my regular meals that you've seen online, with all the pasta, the potatoes, and the oysters, and the chicken and mushrooms. The diet, it's on my Facebook page. So definitely have to introduce a whey protein powder, an isolate most likely. To that'll be the only changes for that, and we're going from 5 to 6 meals a day now, up to 6 to 8. Believe it or not, the calories will actually be lower when I'm training, just because I'm at home now. I have more calories. My workouts aren't intense, but because I'm working out with my body weight, it doesn't make sense for me to lose weight, because the more weight I lose, the lighter the weight is that I'm using, basically, because I use my body weight, right, for squats and push-ups and stuff. So our routine's going to have to change at the gym, just like, it's going to be starting from scratch, because now, here's my 221 split. You guys see that on there? Hopefully I'll be able to zoom into that later. This is the split I designed for when the gym reopens. But reopens on a 24-hour basis, or in a way that I can go twice a day. I like working. I prefer working out once or twice or even 3 times a day, and keeping the workout short. There's nothing I can't stand more, or I think is more useless, than being at the gym 2 hours, 2.5 hours. You know, if I make them, if to make them short, I can make them intense. I can use heavy weight. I can go home. I can eat. I can sleep, and come back and finish another and do another workout, and come in there feeling refreshed. You know, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that this time because number one, my transportation availability has changed, so I can only work out from 5 and 7 in the morning if the gym's not open 24 hours. If the gym's open 24 hours, then I'll have to go after work at night. So, you know, it's kind of, it's going to be hard to get there during the day. Now, I might implement the use of some of my home equipment, but I'm definitely going to start investing in home gym equipment. Because it's a smart thing to do. Future gym closers, or even just with this transportation issue I have, it's just I just can't get there during the day. Or I should say I can, but I just can't depend on it. So this split here is designed for 2 workouts a day. So it's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is a 12-day split. You know, I have 2 days. So this is going to be thrown in the garbage. Well, not thrown in the garbage, but I'll keep that for when I can make it to the gym twice a day. So, how do we do this? Let's see. Let's figure some stuff out. Okay, so since I have made my decision and to put all my resources, all my time, all my energy into bodybuilding, and see how far I can go with it, whether it be whatever it leads me to. I'm just gonna fucking train my fucking ass off and see what doors open up. Okay. So the main goal is to, number one, not get injured. Most important, because I am 50 years old next month. And number 2 is size. It's all about the size right now. Once we hit a little north of 300 pounds, we can evaluate and see where we're at, and cut down from there. So if I can be a shredded 265 and look the part, whether it's a modeling gig or if it's bodybuilding contests, you know, we'll see where we're at and assess what we want to do. But at least from now until at least I imagine the new year, it's all about putting on the size. So putting on size, we have to just stick with the basics. There's nothing fancy here. All right, so I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, myself personally, I don't take days off. What I do is I let life dictate my days off. Like if something happens and I can't make it to the gym, then you know that's extremely important. Then I just take the day off. Otherwise, I'll be there every day. Also, I sleep and I eat all the time. So recovery has never been an issue for me. Okay, so Saturday and Sunday, I'm off on weekends. So I can do 2 days here. 2 workouts available, or 3, 2 to 3 workouts available. Available. Okay, so, which means, what's our heavy hitters? Okay, back. Okay, back, we gotta do mid and width. So we definitely have to have a back on one of these days. So back, and definitely legs. Because for back, I'll do mid and thickness. Mid and width. So basically, the pull down movements would be my width, and my rowing movements will be my mid. Legs, squats, and hack squats in one workout. Second one will be leg extensions and hamstrings. So each one of these would take about an hour, hour and 15 minutes. Alright, so now we go with, let's see, we'll see. I got back here, which I need 2 days to recover from that for my arms. So biceps are going to have to go here. Biceps, and then I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 days to recover before my back workout. So biceps got to go there. Okay, so I would imagine chest here. Oh, I can't imagine, like a 2-hour chest workout is just like fucking brutal, man. It's just like, ugh. But it's the situation we're in, and the only kind of good thing about training once a day is you have all fucking day to sleep and recover. It's just, I just don't like, by the time you're hitting your, 15th set on chest, you're fucking pretty toast. Biceps, chest, can I need a couple of days for that, so we'll go, I don't know if I can do biceps or triceps in one day. That's a huge fucking workout. I'm not going to do it. So what I'm going to do is put shoulders here. See, in shoulders, what I used to do was do all my military presses in the morning, and then I do my side delts, in the afternoon, and I would do rear delts with chest, but next workout. So, and the reason why workouts take so fucking long, guys, is because I like to rest a long time between each set. Like, I like to go 5 minutes, because I want to be able to go 100% on each set, and then take a good rest, and be able to use the same weight or go higher on that weight, or go use more reps. Like, always fucking overloading, always overloading. You're not gonna have progressive overload if you're taking a 30-second fucking rest. It makes no sense. This isn't fucking cardio here. This is getting as big as fuck. All right, so shoulders, deadlifts, and traps I always train together. So the triceps are gonna have to go here. Triceps there. Now, shoulders. Okay, chest. That's a 2-hour workout. 2 hour. I should be able to get it all done. Biceps, 1.5 hours. So 1.5 hours, so which means I'm going to try and get some calf work in there. Calves. So I have a half an hour left, right? So 30 minutes for calves, 30 minutes for calves. Now shoulders. What the fuck am I going to do for this? Well, it's just presses, and side delts. So 2 hours, presses and side delts. I don't train my front delts because chest is going to take care of that. Rear delts. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to have time for them here, so I'm going to put my rear delts in with my back workout. I'll put them in here. Rear delts. I'll put them in with my back. Makes sense, they're in the back, right? Okay, deadlifts and shrugs. That's self-explanatory. Do I have enough? 1, 2 before my legs. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 3 days after my leg workout before I do deads again. So that should be all right. I got 2 hours. That should be time. I'll just do what I can in the 2 hours. I'll do the best I can. Triceps, that's an hour and a half. All right. I think we got it. Now, even if, something happens, if I'm tired, I'll take the fucking day off. Like, if I'm feeling run down or if my nervous system shot to shit. But when I first go back the first week, it shouldn't be too bad because I'm not going to be going like really, really intense. I'm just, the main concern for the first 1 or 2 weeks back is simply establishing routine. Getting up at 4:30 every morning or 4 o'clock in the morning. Establishing a brand new schedule, a new sleep schedule, a new eating schedule, routine at the gym. So it's not so much I'm going to go through the motions as much as I want to just establish a new routine. Because you start hitting everything so fucking hard, it just becomes too much. It's overwhelming. You got to make it easy on yourself and take it one step at a time. So for our chest workout, flat bench, inclines, now I had a car accident 4 years ago, and I had a bunch of steel plates on a rib cage, and I would always do my chest on the Smith machine just because it was too difficult. I could feel when my chest expands, I could feel the plates tearing. But before COVID hit, I was able to get on the flat bench, and I felt pretty good. Now I can't pick up the weight off the rack myself, just in that position. So what I do is I put these fuck, what do you call them? I don't know, these bars that extend out from the rack, and I just and I place the bar on top of that. So basically, I'm pushing it. My starting position is here instead of like this and then down. My starting position is like right here. A little bit harder, but it's okay. Now, if I can have time, I'll finish with some flies, cable flies, just to pump out. Now, what I like to do is 10 sets, 10 sets. First 3 sets, my first 3 sets are always warm up. So, not warm up, like I'll still go to failure on it. So it'd be something look like something like this. It'd be like my first set would be 30 reps, then 20, then 15. So basically, I want to fail at that rep range, and then my next ones 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Depending on what exercise I'm doing, like deadlifts, I go down two reps. Bench, I would never go down to 2 reps. I'd probably go down as low as 5. So I'll do the same thing for this incline. I do 10 sets. The first 3 warm up. 3 first ones are 30, 20, 15, and 12, 10, 8, 6 ones would be your working sets. Flies. I just go by feel. Last time, if I remember correctly, I was going anywhere from 12 to 30 reps. So I take it down from 30 to 12. And then I would only do like maybe 4 of these. So if you think about it, it's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14. So it's like 14 working sets with it's all 14 working sets. Like I don't count the warm up sets as actual work, and I don't go beyond that. I figure 12 working sets is more than enough, and I haven't had, I've got good gains using this system. So let's say, for example, it's been 2 or 3 months, and the weight that I've been using, say it's like, let's say it's 70 pounds here for 30 reps. Well, if this starts getting up to like, say 40, this goes up to 40 reps, then basically it's like, I just increase this weight here to keep me down to that range. And it's the same thing, I just adjust the weight. So I'm always pushing to do more reps, but then once my reps get too high, then I add more weight and then start back at 30 again. Same thing from here. Like if I'm doing like 225 for 8, and eventually I'm doing 225 for 12 at this point, well, it's time for more weight, right? So either I'm pushing more weight here, or I'm trying to beat my rep range here. Every workout. Biceps, I keep these real simple. Just hammer curls. And I do the same thing, 10 sets. But I only have 4 to 5 working sets instead of like 6. And barbell curls. Sometimes I use the bent bar, sometimes I use the wide bar. 10 sets, 4 to 5 working sets. Now, if time permits, I'll finish it up with wrist curls. Same thing, 10 sets. I'll start with a weight that I can do for 30. Same kind of thing, 30, 20, 15. I do this the same thing for everything. Shoulders. Okay, so military press. 10 sets. And then side laterals. 10 sets. Whoops. Dumbbells. And then side lat on the machine. A lot of the machines are good. The machine is really good for that. Alright, we're done for that. Alright, deadlifts and traps. Deads. And traps. 10 sets. For example, I'll go like for deadlifts, my rep range would be like from 12 to 2. So my first set would be for 12 reps. I put more weight on, do 10 reps, put more weight on, put 8 reps, and I'll do that for 10 sets until I get down to 2. Traps, shrugs, right? Shrugs. I do 5 sets on a machine. 5 sets dumbbells. Alright, that's done. Triceps. Close grip bench. 10 sets. Like I said, I don't know if I mentioned before, big body groups like back, legs, chest, working sets, 12 to 14. Smaller groups, 8 to 12. Working sets. Okay, so close grip. And then we got tricep push downs. 10 sets. And line extensions, skull crushers. Fuck. 10 sets. So like 4 working sets, 4 working sets, 4 working sets, something like that. What do we got left here? Alright, so we got back. Okay, so we got back. I just say width. Right? So what I'll do, okay, machine pull-ups, 10 sets. Cable pull downs, close grip. And then these here, when I say close grip, is because whenever I do any kind of pulling movement, I always keep my hands in tight or keep them, if I'm doing a chin up, close. Why? Because I want to engage my back more, not my biceps. So you start putting your arms out like this, it's gauging too much biceps. I don't want to do that. The closer you're in, the more you're going to engage your lats. So that's what we're going to do. So that, and then we'll probably do the rear delts with that. Because our back mid are our rowing motions, and that takes a lot out of you. So back, mid, reverse, grip, Smith machine row. I do it on a platform. Smith row, and then T-bar, rows, and then seated cable rows. And back's done. Legs. So I'll do back in the morning, and then back width in the morning, and then back mid or thickness in the afternoon. Okay, legs, squats, front squats. This is anywhere from 10 to 12 to 15 sets. Then I got hack squats. Now, if the gym was open 24 hours, I would definitely implement leg press machine. Because it's not open 24 hours, I can't do them. Number one, the gym only has a limited amount of plates, and it also takes a shitload of time to load up all those plates on a leg press machine. You know, I prefer to do it. Yeah, it's a lot more work and it's a lot more time, but you can really pound some weight in a safe, controlled position. So we go hack squats, 10 sets. That's our morning. Our afternoon, leg extensions and hamstring curls. Okay. I think that's pretty much it, right? Am I forgetting anything? Oh, I got the calves in there, so I'll do calves and biceps. Okay. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do calves with triceps as well. Because what I'll do, I got a half an hour here and a half an hour. So I'll do a half an hour of calves here and a half an hour of calves there. You know, instead of doing it in one workout, I'll just split them up between the two. Oh yeah, but I wanted to do forearms as well, eh? Yeah, well, if I can't do wrist curls, then I can't do fucking wrist curls. Calves are definitely a priority over fucking forearms, and I get lots of forearm work, so it's just a added bonus. Okay, so we have a plan. Our diet, we know what we're doing for that. It's been the same thing no matter what. We just have to introduce some protein powder. Our workouts are here, 2 hours every day, weekends. We got two workouts we can do on Saturday, 2 workouts we can do on Sunday. If I'm feeling really fucking energized, which I probably will, I'll probably get the third one in on each day. If I can, we'll see how the gym, what the hours of the gym is. They could be just doing like an 8 to 5 thing or a 5 to 5 thing. I don't know if they're going to be open at night, 24 hours, we don't know. So this is going into it like we're thinking, this is our worst case scenario workout. Alright, so now that's done. Oh, now supplementation. So since January, we're doing TRT of 250 milligrams of testosterone ethanoate a week. And usually I've been breaking it up into 2 shots. Like a Tuesday, Friday, or whatever. So 125 times 2. So what are we going to do? What's our cycle going to be? Because I know I talked about, I was playing with the idea that it didn't make any sense to use up to 1,000 milligrams of testosterone instead of using more testosterone, just bumping up the anabolics instead. You know, because once you have your baseline testosterone in your system, you would think that any more extra testosterone is only just going to give you a fucking extra estrogen that you don't fucking need, right? At least that's a mentality. And normally I use testosterone ethanoate. I came across this thing online where it's called Test 400. This company offers it. So in this test blend, there's 100 milligrams of cypionate, 100 milligrams of enanthate, and then 200 milligrams of decatenate. Decatenate. So for each cc, for 1 cc, equals 400 milligrams as opposed to 250. So that's just less fucking less gear to shoot. So what I can do is I can do a half cc and I can get 200 milligrams. So if I'm doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Alright, so I'm going to put a total here of 500. I'm going to put a total here of 750. I'm going to put a total here of 1,000. So, if I'm going to do 500 milligrams a week, milligrams, like I said, I did 1,000 milligrams last time, and I was using DECA, I was using Anadrol, I was using D-Ball, I was using Tren, and I didn't have any problems. The only side effect I tended to got was that I got a lot hairier. Other than that, everything seemed to be fine. So I know that I'm safe with 1,000. But we're not going to start off with 1,000. We're going to start off with 500, see how we feel. So, start with the test. So if I'm doing 500 and I'm doing each cc has 400, so half. So I'll do a 0.5 on Monday. Let's see, 0.5 Wednesday, 0.5 there, and a 0.5 there. So that'd be, let's see, that'd be 2, 4, 6, 8. See, even with but this is if I use the 400. If I use a regular enanthate, like I don't know, I'm gonna check in to see if this is available for me. It's available online, but I want to see if I can go through a contact of mine to get it, like, personally. You know, I myself personally like the personal touch, but I'm sure the company online is reputable for this. But you know, I'm sure my friend can get this version for me, or we can have a discussion about it. But if it's going to be this test 400, then I'm gonna go to 8. I'm gonna take it to 800. So I'll go 2, 4, 6, 8. just because it's a half cc shot, it's going to work, and you'll see how the half cc is important later. So if I'm going to use the enanthate, 250 milligrams, so I'll probably do a 0.5 every day here. 0.5, 0.5. So test E, test E, test E, test E, test E, test E, test E. So I'll go T400, 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 T400. So the T400 would be, so that's 2468. The enanthate would be 0.5 of half of 250, so 125 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 125, where's my fucking phone? 125. Calculator. $125 times 7 equals 875. 875. So T4 is 800, and TE would be 875. So I can easily just take out one here and one here. Now I like spreading it out. You know, instead of taking these shots, like, you know, in 1 or 2 during the week, I like. If it was up to me, I shoot every single day. I needle every single day just to keep everything nice and even you know, no peaks and valleys. So that's why I like the Test 400, because it's going to open up these days for me for other products that I want to introduce. I don't have to worry about shooting a cc and a half, 2 cc's in one shot. Especially with me, I don't know how to do the injections in the lats yet, and I don't use my glutes just because I can't reach it. So I do leg shots and shoulder shots. So the less gear I have to put in, the better. Each shot. All right, so we got that worked out. This is our test. Now, our DECA. This is, for me, it's absolutely essential. Just for mass, and most importantly, my joints. Since I've been home, I've definitely feel my joints hurting a lot more without it. I'll never make the mistake of going off of it again. I'll take that stuff for life. So DECA is a 300 milligram equals 1 cc. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Saturday, Sunday. So, before I'd only use 300 DECA, but now, like I said, I'm going to use less. I'm going to think I'm using less of this, but bumping these up. So, these are my days off. Let's see for the Test 400. So, half 0.5 cc, 0.5 cc equals 150 milligrams. So if I do 3 shots of 150 times 3, shit was 450, right? Times 3, yeah, 450 equals 450 milligrams. That's what I want to start. I want to start with 450 because I know I'm fine with 300. I'm more than fine. So 3 shots. So I can do it on the Tuesday, 0.5, because I got that extra space here, right? So 0.5 and 0.5. So if I'm using the enanthate here, I use this 0.5 with that 0.5. Gives me 1 cc, so I'm only shooting 1 cc, which is, it's a really easy shot. If I'm using the T400, it's a blank day, so I only have to shoot a half cc of DECA. That's it. So it works out perfect. Okay. Now, there's other two things I want to introduce. Then we have our orals, which is Anadrol. Anadrol. That's an oral. It takes a pill. 25 milligrams each. I'm going to run that for 8 weeks. I don't really know the layout yet. But what I do with these is I start off with 25 the first week, like say 25 milligrams. Week 1, week 2, 25, then we'll go up to 50, week 3, 50, week 4, and then 75, and then work our way up to 100 on week, I think it would be like 7 and 8, week 8. I'll do that for 2 months. Now the last thing, and then once this cycle is once this is over, the Anadrol thing, I'll probably do something like Anavar or oral Winstrol, just because this is classified as a DHT derived steroid. For example, like Deca is Norlandrodone. There's 3 different classes of steroids, so I like to have one from each class. I don't like bunching up a bunch of steroids that are in the same class, with the exception of this right here. Like for example, Dynabol would belong to the testosterone family. So I would never take D-bol with test at these doses of test. Like I would drop this test down to 500, then I would probably do D-bol. But I prefer Anadrol myself because I like the fact that it's a DHT, and I like having one from each category. So then we have the big boy, Tren acetate. Now there's no reason, logically, that I should be using this monster steroid. It's an injectable. Based on longevity, you would kind of only want to use that for your cutting, because it's very muscle sparing. But this is what I love to do, and I love having fun, and I love fucking bodybuilding, and I love playing around with this compound. I tried enanthate, and I also tried the acetate. Never seemed to have a problem. I was doing 50 milligrams of this a day, and I seemed to tolerate well with it. It's actually what I'm using right now, because it's just the way things worked out. For the last 3 weeks I've been using Tren A, and I've been doing 50 milligrams every second day, so a 0.5. So I haven't decided 100% on this yet, but I would most likely just stick with the 0.5 every second day. So if you go back to our chart here, if I take it every second day, it's only going to be 3 days where I'll have to put a cc and a half. If I can work out this test, the test 400, then I'll definitely have the opening right for my Tren here, and then here. It'll be perfect, because I'll put it with my my Deca. Now some people say because Deca and Tren are from the 19 Nor family, that you shouldn't combine them, but they do two different specific things. Like I need the Deca for my joint health, especially that I'm gonna start going really fucking heavy with the weights. Like I'm gonna push myself extremely hard, and I'm gonna need that joint protection to the Deca. So, but using the T400 will give me that extra day to use the Tren, and I only have to inject 1 cc. Worst case scenario, I'll have to inject a cc and a half. which is not a very big shot. It really isn't. It's kind of big for the shoulder, but it's not the end of the world. But if it becomes a problem, I don't want to shoot the 1.5 cc. All I'll do is I'll change my if I have to if I don't use T4 and I'm using the testosterone ethylene and I have to put that extra cc in there, I mean a half a cc, then all I'll do is I'll just take away and that's 2 ethylene shots to bring me down to 750 instead, just to free up that extra syringe space so I'm not injecting 1.5. Hopefully that made sense. Alright, so to recap, let's recap this. So, testosterone and enanthate. If I take testosterone and enanthate, I'm going to go 0.5 every single day. Okay? Deca, I'm going to do 0.5 every 1, 2, 3 days. Oh, there you go, 1, 2, 3 days. Danadrol here, Tren every 3 days. Every 3 days. So the Deca is on Tuesday, so Tren here, Tren, and Tren. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. So if I, worst case scenario, I'll just take away the Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday test ethylene shot if I can't get the T400. But I'm really excited about this. I'm sure I can get my hands on that. That shouldn't be a problem. But that'll work out really, really well. All right, so there's our cycle, and we just keep repeating this 2 months. You know, and you see how things go. Like, you know, honestly, I would like to when I'm off of this, I'd like to maybe increase the Deca maybe to 600 if I'm off the Anadrol. You know, we're going to play around with it. We'll see how we feel. One thing I do know that I personally do is I don't believe in taking aromatase inhibitors or any kind of AIs, you know, to prevent side effects. If I'm getting a side effect from a certain drug, then I'll just scale that drug back. It's just, I don't know, I just think it's dumb to be taking another drug to stop from me getting side effects from that drug. And to me, it doesn't make any fucking sense. You know, and that's it. We're ready for next Friday. I'm excited. Can't you tell? I'm excited. So I'll put this together. Oh. See my nice little chart here. It's got my this is how I keep track here. I'll put this like this. Now you can see that nice and clear. These are my monthly charts. So I have my my daily weight here, days of the week. These are the body parts that I train that day. This is the amount of time that it takes me to train on that day. Now this check mark, if I incorporate a home workout, say something happens and I have to do something at home, I can't make it to the gym, I'll put a check mark. So it knows, so I know when I'm going through my logbook that it's time to train triceps. Oh, I train triceps at home, so it tells me that I have to go back an extra week because it's the gym workout. Then I have my Anadrol and my D-ball dosages. And then I'll put, like, say, if I'm doing Anadrol, say if I'm doing 100 milligrams. So I'll put like 5 in the morning, so a 5, and then 12, and then 5, and then 12. You know, at the time that I take those pills. And same thing for the D-ball. Then I have my Tren Ace, you know, the milligrams, the Deca in milligrams, the testosterone in milligrams. Sugar, it's just my intake. I just mark it as a medium, high, or low intake that day. The reason you know, it serves a couple of purposes. it's like an overall picture. Like when I look at everything overall, and I look at my calories and my weight and my energy, it plays a factor. I just like to keep track of how much sugar I had that day. Did it make an impact? Didn't it? Because I don't use pre-workouts, so I just go by everything by feel. These are grams of protein I take in a day. These are the amount of meals that I have in a day. Right here I have work calories per hour and cardio calories per hour. So if I'm at work, for every like for my basic calorie needs at my body weight at 260, it's around like 3,800, right? So I use that as kind of my baseline. So whenever I have my calories here, I like to deduct what I do at work, and if I'm doing any extra cardio. If I go for my 10K walks or something, I'll put that down, and I just deduct it from that. So it gives me an idea. So 600 minus 5,000, that brings me to 4,400 calories. And so I know that it's, if 38's my baseline, then I know I'm 600 calories over, I'm surplus 600 calories. So I want to always make sure that I'm over 3,800. But then I also want to know what calories I'm at. So just so I can keep track of everything as I was going. So I take care of, I look at my weight, the way I look in the mirror, and I make an overall assessment, and then make any changes that I have to make. Is something like this good to do? I don't know. I just like doing it. It's fun. For me, it's like how can you figure out where you're going if you don't know where you've been? It just gives me an idea of what the fuck I've done and the progression I'm making. So that's what I like to do. There's nothing more satisfying than going to bed at night. Like I weigh myself at midnight. I put my weight here, and then I feel on everything at night before I go to bed. There's nothing that pleases and makes me feel better than filling out this goddamn line before I go to sleep at night. It just feels amazing, It feels amazing. So that's it. Hopefully you found this a little bit informative. This is what I do. I'm certainly not recommending you do anything that I've shown you here, but this is what I do. So take it for what it's worth. Till I see you guys again, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Crown bless you all. Well, that's upside down. I should do it this way, eh? Whatever. Take care, guys.